Hi, I'm Suzanne T. Holter, and I'm here for my oral presentation of my research project. The reason I picked alcoholism and surefire ways to enter recovery or remission is because I myself am a recovering alcoholic of 19 years. My question I posed for my research study was whether counseling alone, counseling and AA, or AA alone, Alcoholics Anonymous alone, would be the best way to achieve sobriety and be a long-lasting recovering alcoholic. For my literature review, I took cases having to deal with counseling and Alcoholics Anonymous, or Alcoholics Anonymous only. The questions that I posed had to do with counseling and the fact that when you have a relationship with a counselor on a one-to-one basis, it's not as self-esteem regulating as it would be in front of a group of Alcoholics Anonymous or as part of being in their program. So, aside from building self-esteem, it helps to work with someone in the professional industry and work through the problems that you believe are part of the reason you picked up a bottle and basically won't put it down, and to get to know what coping tools to use so that you will not continually try to escape by drinking. For counseling and AA, there's positive support in the AA organization for people who need counseling and AA. It reinforces, AA reinforces the time of sobriety. You have the whole group's support to help you maintain your sobriety. And once you find a home group where you can feel like you belong and a sponsor, they also help you to maintain your sobriety and most times are readily available for you to call or reach out to. In AA only, you don't have the one-to-one basis, but you are free to talk about problems or reasons why you believe that you became an alcoholic. And right there in the group, there's lots of reinforcement to remain sober, and you can get help with your personal problems. Sometimes just letting them out is a good way for others to help you. And there are people that are there to help you if you get into some kind of crisis, and your sponsor, once you have a sponsor, they can help you work the steps and the AA program so that your self-discovery will alleviate the need to drink. Now, there are quite a few reasons to become sober. A lot of times it has to do with legal matters. You may also want to get sober to regain unemployment, or regain employment, not unemployment. Regain employment from having lost it because of your addiction. And in seeking recovery, you will help to resolve the family conflicts or problems that have been created. The goal is to be sober and to return to society as a contributing member and a positive aspect of life all around you. You can rebuild relationships and This is also relationships at work or with coworkers and friends, not to mention family and people that you've had in your life that are close to you. And you can also be taking care of the negative aspects of drinking too much. Health-wise, you can become healthier by abstaining from alcohol, which is the real reason you need support. There are many philosophies for cure. They talk about moderation, there's abstinence, there's forgiveness, humor, spirituality, and a sense of the people in AA are counting on you to remain sober and to be a contributing member of society for the most part. The studies that I checked out or consulted had to do with the effectiveness of counseling alone, counseling and AA only, alcoholics' personal view of counseling, whether they believe in it or don't. Marital and family therapy can help an alcoholic and his family or her family understand why they picked up the bottle, and you can create a progressive plan to use towards keeping your sobriety. The conclusion of my literature review included alcoholics with counseling and AA to remain sober, alcoholics with only counseling, alcoholics recover and remain sober with AA membership only, never had counseling, alcoholics who actually keep it green to themselves by helping others into the program, and alcoholics who do not achieve sobriety are destined to incarceration, institutionalization, and finally death or suicide. By remaining sober, you will achieve such a state that you will be able to rebuild your life and direct your path more towards what God had in mind for you. Just let me change screens here, and then we'll move on to data collection. And what I did was I expected to take my interview. No. What I did is I took a survey of 10 simple questions, which are part of my study and included in the appendix of my final paper. And under data collection, I had taken the survey to AA meetings in New Jersey and in Pennsylvania, and stopped a person either a few minutes before or a few minutes after the meeting, and after introducing myself and explaining what the project was that I was conducting, I would have them answer the questions that I would give them. My collection had to do with alcoholism and the way people obtained and maintained their sobriety. So counseling was part of it, and I asked them if they had had counseling. These are the answers of my data collection, as I found that, let me see if I can get that a little clearer. Yeah, I found that there were 60 surveys that I did altogether, 26 males and 34 females. They were all sober except for one who had just come in, was there for the first time in the program. And I asked them about the reasons that they were attending AA and counseling and substance abuse. I asked them questions about that, and counseling for other issues. It was a great experience to be able to talk to people on a one-on-one basis and to ask them if they felt that AA or counseling or both were the best avenue in seeking a sobriety that would be long-lasting and not just for a day or two. The results were that 95% of the people that I spoke with felt that counseling and Alcoholics Anonymous meetings were their best bet for obtaining and maintaining their sobriety. There are many more avenues which could be looked into by other researchers, and the more we know about this horrible disease, the more we can help others achieve sobriety. Thank you for listening.